Truth, the Life Watchers. Hello again, welcome to the show. I got some more breaking news today. It's been going on for the last couple of weeks, with this two-state solution in Israel with Netanyahu and Trump, and it's definitely on the table. So we'll go straight into this news piece here. This is with the Jerusalem Post, which is the title for this is Netanyahu says any future Palestinian state will be a platform to destroy Israel. Netanyahu described the October 7th, 2023 Hamas attack on Israel from the Gaza Strip when Hamas was in control as evidence of what Palestinians would do with a state. Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said on Monday he wanted peace with Palestinians but described any future independent state as a platform to destroy Israel, and for that reason sovereign power and security must remain with Israel. Speaking at the White House when he met US President Donald Trump, Netanyahu described the October 7, 2023 Hamas attack on Israel from the Gaza Strip where Hamas was in control as evidence of what Palestinians would do with a state. Trump said, "I don't know," when he was asked by reporters if a two-state solution was possible and referred the question to Netanyahu. Netanyahu said on October the 7th, people said the Palestinians have a state, Hamas state in Gaza, and look what they did with it. They didn't build it up. They built down into the bunkers, into terror tunnels, after which they massacred our people, raped our women, beheaded our men, invaded our cities and our towns, our kibbutzim, and did horrendous massacres, the kind of which we didn't see since World War II and the Nazis of the Holocaust. So people aren't likely to say, let's just give them another state. It'll be a platform to destroy Israel. We will work out a peace with our Palestinian neighbours, those who don't destroy us, and we will work out in peace which our security, sovereign power security always remains in our hands. You said they keep saying that word all the time, peace and safety, peace and safety. It's a false peace and safety. They don't realise what's coming for them, the sudden destruction. Got back into this here. Now people say it's not a complete state, it's not a state, it's not that we don't care. We vowed never again, never again. It's not going to happen again. Cabinet ministers in Netanyahu's Likud party called last week for Israel to annex the West Bank before the Knesset recesses at the end of July. Israel's pro-settler politicians have been emboldened by the return to the White House Trump, who has proposed Palestinians leave Gaza. A suggestion widely condemned across the Middle East and beyond. The Gaza war erupted when Hamas attacked southern Israel October 2023, killing around 1,200 people and taking 251 hostages. Some 50 hostages remain in Gaza, with 20 believed to be alive. Trump hosted Netanyahu at White House dinner on Monday while Israel officials held indirect negotiations with Hamas in Qatar, aimed at securing a US-brokered Gaza ceasefire hostage release deal. We know that Trump's asked for this 60-day ceasefire in Israel, along with Netanyahu, why they can get this deal through, this peace deal, what they're trying to do. They're going to try and get this, well, it's a false peace deal for 7 years. It's definitely here. This sudden destruction is definitely here somewhere, because they keep banging on saying peace and safety. That's what Paul said. When they start saying that word, peace and safety, especially in Israel, then you know you're on the cusp of the rapture coming. So what I'll do here, I'll go straight into my journal. But first, before I go there, just read something out of the Bible here. Let's just have a look. So it's Joel. So it's Joel. So you got Amos there. So it's Joel. Where is it now? It is Joel chapter 3, verse 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage is Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. So it says it clearly there, you do not part God's land. Most High, you don't part it. And that's why this sudden destruction's coming. It's somewhere there on the table. But I'll read this out of John. It says here, and this is chapter 16, verse 29. His disciples said unto him, Lo, now speak thou plainly, and speakest no proverb. Now we sure that thou knowest all things, and needest not that any man should ask thee. By this we believe that this camest forth from God. Jesus answered them, Do ye now believe? Behold, the hour cometh, ye is now come, that ye shall be scattered, every man to his own, and shall leave me alone. And yet I am not alone, because the Father is with me. These things I have spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace. In the world ye shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer, I have overcome the world. So if anyone's fearing of the way the world's going, if you're in Christ, you're of the light, you've been saved, you've got nothing to worry about, because you're believing in Jesus. He's your King, He's your Messiah, He's coming, and He's coming back as a lion. So you've got no fear, He's coming. So if you're in with Christ and you're waiting on Him, don't worry about it. It's all taken care of. And this is what this is saying here. He overcome, be of good cheer, because I overcome the world, which He did. So, don't worry about it. Because this two-state solution now is ramping up now. You've got the 10 kings in place that's going to get all this together. This two-state solution is waiting for the Antichrist, and when he comes, he's going to give him a sweet deal. He's going to give him the Table Mount back. He's going to, he's going to say you can have your third temple built. You can do your sacrifice again. The heifers will get sacrificed, and it's just going to be. They're going to go for it. They're going to, they'll jump at it, and they'll look at this man as their Messiah, because it's a false Messiah. He's wearing a mask, and he's going to give them this deal, and they're going to go for it. And they can't see that this is where it'll all go wrong for Israel. This is the Jacob's trouble, what Daniel was talking about, and Israel will be, it'll be under fire. It'll be in the worst times ever seen, and this is what Daniel's vision and dream was about, the 70th week, and and the Antichrist will give it to them, and they'll jump at it, and he'll give them he'll put them back under the law, and and they'll go for it. They'll put back in the Old Testament days, and they'll just jump at it, and it's not good what's coming. Like the Gentiles, we're the Gentiles. You get saved. The Jews never got it 2,000 years ago, and they've still not got it, but they will have to. They'll get it when the rapture happens and all this comes out of this. But I'm just going to go straight into my journal there. So you've got Trump now. You've got Trump, and he's thinking of, he's already been talking about going back into Iran to obviously. There's been talks where they're about going back in to destroy this bunker again, or going back in, whatever it is, what's on their minds. You've got Trump now put out 10% tariffs on countries that trade with Iran. So basically, he's saying if you trade with Iran or you're helping Iran in any way, he's gonna slap on 10% tariffs. So you can see where the world's going. You got the Ayatollah Khamenei, that's his name, Khamenei. He's put a hit list out for Trump and Netanyahu. You've got the sleeper cells in America, Britain, and Europe. It's crazy what's going on, and you've got Trump turning around and saying that he's going to go for this Khamenei. He's going to basically put a hit list out on him, type of thing. You've got Trump giving Israel this 60-day ceasefire along with Netanyahu. This is a chance for him to get this thing in place, I think. This 7-year peace deal, it's a covenant by man, which is false. You can't do it. It's just all false. You've just had the Houthis attacking a ship. Well, I think they've been attacking several ships, missiles. One of them being a British ship. I don't know which one it is, but there's a cargo ship, and these are the cargo ships that bring your goods in, your food, your oil, everything. You see where it's going, and they've already attacked one, and one's sunk, and they've had to abandon ship. So, and the American forces are just standing by. They're not really. Trump's not tackling this. He's not actually tackling these cargo ships that are being attacked. In a way, really, it's like he's letting it happen. America's not going in. The forces are not going in. They're not dealing with the Houthis. So, if your oil prices start going up and your food prices start going up and your goods, then that's why. Because nothing's being done here. You've got Trump, who's been on the telephone to Putin, and Putin's basically said to him now, it's off the table. He's not even talking anymore. Even though they've been on the telephone, the relationships are broken down. So it's done now. America is hated. They're hated by all these countries because they sit to death. They keep coming out saying, throwing the weight around. They're putting all the tariffs out. They're doing this. They're doing that. And everything's run on the dollar. So that's why America's got the power at the minute until it falls. But at the minute, that's why it's open season. America now is hated. And if they get struck, which it says in the Bible that they do, it's Revelation 12 sign, then that's why. It's judgment. It's judgment from God. It's just... And if they strike, that's why. You can see it all forming together. There's been Jews, I think it was 120 Jews, been seen praying on top of the Table Mount, which has been the first time, and the police just stood by. They let it happen, which they're not allowed to do it, but they started doing it. It's a sign that it's all forming now. So the Jews have been on the Table Mount praying. So, no one ever thought that had ever happened. It's happening. You've still got the doomsday planes in America up on the west coast and on the east coast. You've got the nuke sniffers that they keep going up and down as the if you go on these what do you call them, prepper channels like New York Prepper and people like that, Canadian Prepper, then they'll tell you on there, even though I don't believe, prepping won't save you. The only person that can save you is Jesus, not man. No man can save you, only Jesus. But there's good things on there, and they tell you that what's going on there and all the movements of the military, which is on Flight Trader. You've got the oxygen messages, the emergency oxygen messages that just keep going off. They're going off all the time. So there's something going down now. And I'll just go into this here. You've got OpenAI that was launched just launched the Stargate, which is the UAE, which is United Arab Emirates. So this is all this Starlink, this probably Elon Musk with a chip in your head, and all this credit social scoring like China have, and it's part of the beast system. The beast system's rising now. It's rising under your nose. You've just had the floods. I mean, the signs now in America, especially in America, well, they're all around the world. I mean, you just had that Indonesia, that volcano, it's erupted again. It's just they're all erupting. We're having more volcano activities now than we have in a year. We have more in a week than we do in a year. So we have more in a week, yeah. You've got Japan, earthquake. So that they reckon if this earthquake that goes off, do you reckon if this earthquake goes off in Japan, do you reckon it'll wipe out about 300,000 people? And they're already evacuating some towns now. You got the Texas floods. I think it was I think it was a 2-hour period, early hours in the morning, and the amount of rain that come down was probably like a year's worth of rain that come down, and it's the death toll on that keeps rising. It's 91 people up to now. It's 91 people. It's rising. You've got weird weather, and people in America are saying that they've never seen weather like this before. I've just mentioned the Indonesia volcano. This just makes me laugh. This Puff Daddy trial. Yeah, you've got the P Diddy trial there. Unbelievable. The charges that were up against him, like two of the main charges, they've been dropped. He's been acquitted of them. I can't believe it. It's just. I seen this coming, a long time coming there. But, it's like I keep saying, sin is normalised as good. So these charges, two of them now, the two main charges have been dropped. He's had an acquittal. He's been asking for bail, but he's not got it because he's a flight risk. So, so he might end up doing 10 years. The other charges, I think they're up to like 10, 20 years. But knowing him, he probably got 5 years or something stupid like that. Or no doubt he might even get acquitted of them. Or, it's crazy. You've got the whole system's wrong the way it is. You got Nigeria. The persecution that's going on there, it's hardly in the media. Loads of Christians are being persecuted in Nigeria as we speak, and the government are just sitting back, not doing anything about it. Another one that's just come out, the Epstein list. Supposedly these, what did he call them? Deep staters, elites, whatever you want to call them. Apparently Trump was supposed to be on it. Now it's miraculously disappeared. They said that they had it, and now again, and they want you to believe that it's disappeared now. So I know what's going to happen with that. Well, I know what's going to happen. These people that were part of that system, these elites, they're going to get off, aren't they? So again, sin being normalised is good. And then you've got Syria. Trump lifted the sanctions on Syria. This guy that's running that country now, who they've got there now, they've been persecuting Christians in that country. People forget this. And Al Qaeda now that were in Syria, Al Qaeda are off the terrorist list. They're off the FBI list. So, and Trump's done that. So, you know, you got sleeper cells now in America, Britain, Europe, and no doubt now, because they're off the terrorist list now. What does that mean? That means that Al Qaeda now could come into America because they're off the terrorist list. Nothing makes sense. Nothing makes sense. You know, obviously, I've just said before, you got the sleeper cells. They keep banging out peace and safety. There's no peace and safety. It's just a false. It's a false peace and safety because the tribulation's coming. You've got Peter Thiel, which is a deep stater, which is part of Trump's team. You've got Sam Altman. You had Elon Musk. Whether they are buddies or not, I don't know. Is it Larry Fink? Is it BlackRock that buys all these banks up? You've got this Peter Thiel guy. I've been watching him, and he's into all this AI, billionaire guy. And I watched an interview, one that's just been recent, and you want to hear the words that's coming out of his mouth. What he's been saying is that they asked him a direct question about humans. Will they survive? And he's basically said no, they won't survive. Basically, that's what's come out of his mouth. And he's the one that's doing all this AI, and he's part of the Trump team. So, you know, that's just sprung to mind that where they said in the World Economic Forum, useless eaters, because we're classed as useless eaters. But they know, and he's basically said it's dangerous. He said it's more. Elon Musk said it. He said that AI is more dangerous than nukes. So, if it's dangerous, why do you keep doing it? And what he said, the reason why we're doing it, if we don't do it, someone else will do it. Well, you know it's dangerous. You come together and you have an agreement and you say you govern it, and then you basically say no, we're not. You just say no, we're not going to do it. But yeah, they keep carrying on doing it. They know it's dangerous. If you have engineers that have come away from the job because they said it was frightening what they were seeing. They were saying that they can't believe they actually said we're making a monster here, but some of them walked away from it. But yeah, they keep doing it. It's just it boggles the mind. It boggles the mind. It's the only thing I can think of is that money rules. Just too much money's involved. So they'd rather have money. They'd rather have the money, knowing it's dangerous. They'll just carry on and just get the money. You know, I mean, you've had whistleblowers here and there that have spoke out, but the guy, it was the head guy of Google. He left because he was it something to do with the AI. He said it's dangerous what they're doing. He spoke out about it. I can't get my head around it. You've got at the minute now, you've just had 12 inches of rain that's just fell there over North Carolina, another flood. So they're all signs. These are all signs, birth pains that are happening now around the world. You can't get away from it. You've got the US, I think it's nearly 40 trillion in debt now. You're never going to pay it back. Because that dollar, everything's run on the dollar at the minute. Everyone's coming away from the dollar now, even Japan. They're all selling the treasuries off. They're all coming away from it. And all it does is just weakens the dollar. They're weakening the American economy. Basically, that's what Trump's doing. He's actually, I think some people are waking up to it now. He's destroying it inside and out. He's destroying it, and that's what's happening. The dollar now it's losing its value, and that's why gold's going up, because they're getting ready for war, and the rapture will happen, the war will happen, and then the tribulation will all come into sync. The tribulation will start. That's what will happen. Yeah, so that's it today. I've had a bit of a rant today with it. So you've got a free will. You got a free will. Get saved today. That's all I'll say on it. Because the what's going on now in Israel, the Middle East is on fire, and this two-state solution now, it's all coming into force now. You got a free will. Get saved. Because I'm telling you now, when the rapture happens, when we go up, they come down. These aliens, because obviously they're real, they're there. Everyone believes in aliens because they're there. They're on the camera phones. Everyone's filmed, and we know they're there. But yet, no one believes in Jesus. I've never got that one. But they're there. So when the rapture happens, we shoot up, and then they come down. Because all the watchmen around the world that are doing these programs, I'm telling you now, they're saying on there that every time there's a high watch, rapture watch, because the watchmen are watching. In the media keep throwing out alien. You keep seeing alien things appearing. They're coming there, and it's all to do when the watchmen are talking about the rapture, a high watch date, because they're trying to predict when the rapture is going to happen, and the media are onto it then, because they're watching the watchmen, and they start seeing these alien things again in the sky, and they put it in the media, and that's when because these alien beings, they're not aliens, they're just from outer bloody space. They're from other dimensions, which are heavenly places. They're rulers of darkness in high wicked places. The demons, the fallen angels, took on a double identity. They're a double agent. And they're going to fool you. They're going to come down. They'll probably say, "Oh, we've made you. We've created you." Then people that disappeared, they need reprogramming. They're probably they've been building up to this moment. That's what's going to happen. They've got all this technology, haven't they? But they've never come down before to take over us. They're hostile. They've always said, these scientists, that they're hostile beings, and the Nordics as well. You're hearing things now in the media now where they're saying that there's an intergalactic war going on above us now. It's the heavenly war that's going on, because they're gonna bound Satan. They're gonna get him they're gonna corner him. Archangel Michael, Gabriel, they're all gonna get him, and they're gonna bound him, and then because at the minute they know that the rapture's going to happen, and Satan's probably trying to stop the rapture, but they're at war now, and they're going to bound him, and they're going to keep him in a corner. They're going to put him in it, like they're going to enforce him in a corner where the rapture will happen, and then Satan then will have no choice then to possess his chosen person in this world, which will be the Antichrist, because Satan will be working through him, and that's why he's a deceiver, he's a charming man, he performs miracles, and the Jews will fall for it, and that's why the veil will be lifted, the mask will come, and he's not the man who he's saying he is, and that's the Messiah, the King, the God's going to give you, because you didn't get it right the first time round 2,000 years ago, and now Jesus is coming back for the Gentiles, so the Jews will wake up then when they realise what's happened. They'll wake up to it. And I've just said that before. At the minute, like I keep saying, Israel is broke. They're broke now because of this. Since Hamas invaded on 7th of October, it's been 2 years now. So that country now has broke, Israel. So because they've been at war for 2 years, and they're broke, they need the money, and that's another thing with this two-state solution, this 7-year peace deal that they're trying to do. The Saudis are in on it as well. They've been offering them money, loads of money, and they're going to go for it. But that money, it's to get everything in place, this two-state solution, get the 7-year peace deal. They'll get their money because they're broke at the minute. They'll get the money, and they'll have more money than they've ever had before. But it's not going to last, this peace, because it's a false peace. It's all false, and that's all I'm going to say on it at the minute on this. But you can see the writing on the wall where it's going. But I'm going to wrap this video up here. So all I'll say is be covered in the blood. Be covered in the blood. He'll wipe your sins away whiter than snow. Get saved today. Ask for repentance. Ask for forgiveness. Just do the right thing. You don't want to be here in the tribulation. Just do the right thing. Get in your prayer closet. Believe he rose on the third day. He defeated death, killed death, crushed death. He did it all. Sinless God, glorified body, shot up. He didn't have to do it, but he did it for us because it was a free gift that he did, Jesus. He come because he knew. And when he come, it was under the law. And then when he come, and he did that on when he got crucified, then there was a pause. And that's when the great grace come in, which is the church, which is us. We're under grace. So 2,000 years ago, he did that. There was a pause. Grace come in. We're no longer under the law anymore. We're under grace. That's why we're the church. 2,000 years, which is now. And now, when the rapture, the dispensation, that restrainer, when God says to Jesus, he gives him the nod, go and get my people, go and get them. He'll come and get us, raptured up, caught up, like a snare, like a thief in the night. He'll come. You won't know the day or the hour. He'll come and get you, set you up, and then the grace that was on the earth, the Holy Spirit, won't be here anymore. It'll go up, and hence why the tribulation, the evil intensifies. It gets worse, and you don't want to be here, and that's why you need to get saved and get close to Jesus, get to know him, because he wants to know you, and if you save someone, you're one of his people, do the right thing. That's all he wants you to do, is to get to know him, get saved, and start preaching the gospel and start helping people. And it's not all about works, having money, and you can do that, help charities and help the homeless. You still do all them things, but he wants you to put the cross on your back. He wants you to do it. He wants you to be for him because he's your king. So that's what he wants you to do. That's all I'll say today. So I hope you've had a good day today. I hope you've been doing something interesting, and it's been nice today. I hope it keeps up the weather. But just to go back to this here. Where is it? This Jerusalem Post. Netanyahu says any future Palestinian state would be a platform to destroy Israel. I'll leave the link for that in the description below, so have a good read, and it'll be in the description box. So just put that one out there for you. So on that note, all I'll say is I'll see you again. Bye, see you, and as usual, shalom.